the athletes are super sensitive now, which goes along with how the whole world is about things more important than sports, for goodness sake. But as the media, sports media, I mean, look at news. Like, no one watches, those main networks on, ABC, NBC, CBS anymore because they've lost all credibility. That is part of it as well. When you don't do your homework and don't come in with good questions on any level, as an athlete, as a politician, as an artist, I wouldn't respect the media either.
Everything now is just about like shorter and clips too. Like people just want like
and like I'll be honest, I struggled with that. Like starting my show, I struggled because like I get it. I know it's clips and clicks and all that, but I feel like conversations don't happen. And that's why, like, my show is super long form and probably too long at times. I don't know. You guys can give me advice because I'm still newer to this space. Like, I'm really learning, but I'm convinced that when you have a conversation with somebody, like, you'll understand more about their reasoning why. I would love to have a real deep sit down with Kevin Durant about this stuff because that's what I'm saying is like,
we need Katie on the pod. He just did Bobby.
That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. But also, a lot of guys are probably afraid to go really deep because then what will happen if they open up? Then they'll get crushed over here. Or if someone sits down with me because I'm considered a sellout right-wing nut job, then, well, he might want to sit with me, but wouldn't because then what would his boys say? Like, it's just so sad what it's done.
Or just, yeah, because
at the end of the day, the reason why we're in this place, in this country, sports, politics, whatever, is because of a lack of deep conversations. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, there's a show on Netflix, I don't know what it's called, Starting Five maybe, but it's on KD, Harden, I don't know if you've seen it, but they're in like a more comfortable like atmosphere.
It's the players doing it themselves.
Well, they're getting interviewed. The interviewer's not on camera. They talk about like why the Nets didn't work out. KD says Harden didn't want to be there. Like they actually dive into stuff that
Which I love.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that.
Because it's different and they're not like getting pressed. It's more like in a comfortable environment. It's really good.
I love that. So, and that's why they started to create, what was the initial website? Like Derek Jeter was involved in it and it was the players,
I'm not sure.
Tribune, maybe.
Yeah.
And the players were coming out and writing those pieces. So then they had control of what was coming out versus media, which I thought was brilliant because there's a lack of trust. And that's what I took so much pride in back in the day when I was able to be in locker rooms and talking to those guys because they would see me in person and see that I was consistent. I wouldn't say something and then not show up in the locker room, which a lot of reporters would do. Like, you can do this, but then you don't show up. Then again, you lose respect. But like that personal side of it is super important to me to build the trust. And then when something bad happens, we'll have a conversation about it, but I have to do my job, but I will do it fairly. You know what I mean?
I think once these guys start to come out of the league, they're going to be way more open in storytelling. Like, have you seen Jeff Teague? His podcast, like he literally tells you everything that you would never expect to hear.
I love that.
Says, hey, anytime, just so you guys know, anytime I say anything bad about LeBron, I get a call from someone from his team saying, hey, ease up on that. Don't talk about him. And he openly says that.
Well, and think about that. So that's another reason why media members and journalists don't always do their job. And networks, let's start there. Because they know that if they tick off the wrong person, then they're going to get a call from LeBron's agent or whoever, by the way, let's not pick on LeBron. It goes into any sport where the agent will call and not only criticize you, but you're probably not going to get access to that athlete again. And then he's going to tell his boy and his boy's going to tell his boy. And before you know it, you are out. So that's why people don't do their jobs because of the fear of being cut out, which means what? The viewers who don't have access like we do, the viewers don't get the real story. They don't get the good interviews because everybody's living in fear.